Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. We're going to take a quick look here at WIF hat and just make sure we understand specific key levels here. Looks like this cup and handle pattern didn't even play out, implying that the next target is roughly this 140 range with that previous low working as a potentially new high. So we'll talk about that. We'll pull up some liquidation data as well. And I want to give you some perspective too. I'll show you my my spot bag here as well. Just kind of let you know that I'm definitely invested in this coin, not just shilling this coin here, so to speak, as some people do. We can see here that I have an average cost of roughly 50 cents. I was averaging in between 70 and 30 cents, and then I've got a total of 115,000 WIF hats. So people asking me where I'm planning to sell, it's kind of taking it day by day, honestly, but at this point I'll probably take out my original investment maybe in the next couple of legs up and see where we go from there. But for the most part, this coin definitely has tremendous potential. And I'm not just saying that because it's a coin that I own or I'm investing in. It's more importantly the fact that it has such a strong community and the big picture is pretty strong here. I mean, a simple way to understand it is just, if you want to look at the fundamentals, go ahead and do so. I mean, it's a meme coin, there's no doubt about it. But a lot of folks are pretty, it just seems a really, really good community. And I think that we've retested our highs. It's performing way better than most altcoins ever do, or meme coins. So there's just a lot of reasons why it's good. So anyways, do your own research, obviously, and don't just take my word for it. But at this point, liquidation delta does tell us that there's a lot of sustainability. Most altcoins are looking very good right now. We're right here with about 350 million in liquidation longs, basically saying that you don't want to short this coin even though it's pretty well overextended. Liquidation, there's nothing much left to the upside. Good news is there's just a significant gap. There's not much left either to the downside either. Yes, you could argue there's about $1 billion in liquidation at 50 cents. I think we're very unlikely to see that. I think that's a very low probability. And the reason why, you look at open interest here, look how many positions are averaged in between 73 and 74 cents, and then secondary to that about 85 to 86 cents. So we got a lot. And we're talking a lot of open interest, basically positions spread out pretty consistently, not just all in one area. That's a good thing. So take a look here at the daily time frame. Or actually, let's do the weekly here. It's a little easier to kind of see the big picture. And I did post a short on this here as well. If you're not familiar, that's available on our Twitter X account. I was talking yesterday about just the potential and how well it's going to do. It's in here somewhere. It's also available on, oh, here we go. Yeah, why WIF will make you rich. Yeah, check that out, of course. It's on all different platforms. I use TikTok as well. But the general concept there is that I touched on the fact that we had, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks in a row where the price action would not pass 140. That was that strong support level. So we can presume that'll be the new resistance. I just kind of want to throw it out there and let you know that that's a good thing because it's so far away that there's not a lot of range in here. Or sorry, there's a tremendous amount of range, not a lot of volume in this range here, basically implying that we're almost in price discovery on the short term. So the likelihood of running to that range makes more sense because of the simple fact that, that we don't have a lot of volume in that area. So just something to kind of consider, but by no means are we like breaking bullish. We're right here testing the 20-day SMA on the weekly. It's not like super strong, but we do have a MACD convergence on the weekly time frame, which is pretty awesome. So it looks like this here, if you're not familiar. Nice, strong convergence there, just telling us we have a good shift in momentum. So daily time frame, just kind of recognizing here, now that we broke through our local resistance, we may come back down to retest it as a support. So heaven forbid the price does pull back. 77 cents seems like a very logical place to consider adding to your position or dollar cost averaging on the way down. Okay, so just know that that's kind of where we're at there in the overall sense. Now, hypothetically, that does happen. We're probably likely to see 140 after that. A lot of it does depend on how well Bitcoin does. If Bitcoin keeps maintaining its current range, then I think we're more likely to continue higher. It's just a decent chance we do so. You got to recognize, though, if Bitcoin does have a bad day, this coin is subject to pulling back. It's pulled back pretty hard in the past. So I wouldn't be surprised or wouldn't put it past this coin to do that. But at this point here, we can presume the price will go up before it comes back down, just based on the simple way in which these coins are performing. I mean, Dogecoin is performing very similar in a lot of ways too. Like these two coins are just super strong right now. Other than that, really the 4-hour time frame, every time frame that you look at is going to have significant convergences. There's nothing telling us even on the 4-hour time frame that you do want to consider selling. Oftentimes you want to recommend, or I do generally recommend selling when RSI crosses over 70. If you look at the previous time frames where that happened, the price action pulled back here with an overextension and pulled back here. And it wasn't significant, but it was a correction nonetheless. All right. So just be mindful that it's generally best practice to consider selling depending on your overall position and how you're trading with either leverage or not. to do that here in the relative near future. It can only sustain this kind of price point for so long. So just be mindful of that. Other than that, though, honestly, there's no reason to really consider shorting. The best way to describe it here is don't short. If you're going to consider a long, wait for this local high of 77 cents to be retested. Consider a long in that range once this fair value gap has been filled. Okay. So anyways, that's just kind of what we got there. Nothing super substantial, but it's pretty awesome too. Nonetheless, nice to be almost 2x those coin already in an investment for, what, 1 or 2 months. It's not that bad. And at this point, I just recommend you be very careful. Adjust your stop losses higher on coins if you're trading with leverage. And if you're trading with spot, just continue to add to your position on the way back down. Bitcoin dominance is pulling down. There's a lot of reasons why altcoins are going to probably continue to surge. So we'll talk more about that later. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Thanks so much again for your time. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.